What's up, superstars? Back with another video. You got Superstar Rob and you got Superstar Queen Vivi, Lori Brenner. How you doing? The backwards punch. The backwards punch.
I'm trying to hit Joe. I'm trying to hit Joe over there.
Very normal in StreamYard. StreamYard gets you every single time. It's the opposite way. All right, gets you every time. We didn't practice before. The last few guests practiced before. We didn't. Guys, if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the Superstar family, hit the bell notification, please get every single video, every single day. We do not miss, and you know we do not miss. Also, become a Superstar VIP. It's $2.99 a month. Start with your name, access to our spreadsheets we'll use today, giveaways, and you can reach out to us anytime. We're always interacting with the community, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, or in our Discord below. You can join the Walmart of Discords. We got all your favorite projects. All the superstars are talking to each other. About, I think, like 230 members in that Discord right now. So, you know, every company's Discord is great, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you just want to interact somewhere where you have superstars from all different walks of life with all their different projects. And I don't know if you know this, Lori, but we just rolled out the Superstar Utility Program. So every month, if you, it's right here. So if you become a VIP member, you get 2 stars. If you mint a crypto, you get 1 star. If you buy 5 cryptoids, you'll get 7 stars with our affiliate link in the description below. If you buy a Superstar Money Hit, you get 3 stars. And the goal is to give away stuff. So you get these stars, we'll put it into a raffle. And at the end of the month, right now, we're guaranteeing a Superstar Money hat, Superstar Money shirt, or up to 5 different Cryptoids Qs sponsored by Cryptoids. So we're really, really excited about this. And we're bringing some utility now to not just the VIP membership, but the affiliate link. And I hope you guys really, right now we had a really, really good turnout. So anyways, Lori, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Nope. Thank you for coming on. I just brought up your Twitter right now. If you can you just give all of the viewers just a quick rundown of who you are?
Yeah, everybody. I'm Queen Vivi on Twitter at Lori Brenner 13. And I host the Queen's Court every Wednesday night. Usually we're at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're seeing this Wednesday, we have Mr. MC1, Sanjay, is going to be coming in and talking with us. So every week we try to bring in a guest, whether it be from the Vivi community or another licensed IP project like Cryptoys or Autograph or some other project. And we like to just sit down and get to know our guests a little bit better and what they are all about. So
yeah,
come join us.
We've been on your channel. It's a great. It's really is a great. It's a great thing because I feel like YouTube. There's like a lot of content creators. You don't have that many like quality spaces where you go on and you actually can like really be engaged for like a good hour, hour and a half, and hear the different perspectives from just different people in the community. And I think you forgot to mention you got one of the best bangers in the business when you start your show. You play Pineapple Gang right over there. The rap song was an incredible. Queen, what is it?
Well, no, that's Will anthem? With the NFT. Will with the NFTs.
It's Will with the NFT. Okay, see, I didn't even know. Will, shout out Will with the NFTs. Yep. Amazing rap song at the beginning. I've always enjoyed that. So you guys got to check us out. And please, if you don't already, make sure you go and you follow her on Twitter and you support her during all her spaces. And there's Tom Brady. That was a pretty cool story,
eh? Absolutely. That's the way we start. All right. Yeah, we have lots of great guests, and thank you. It's fun to get to go on the camera side. So I appreciate you having me tonight.
For sure, anytime, and thanks for coming. So we're gonna just start off with the Superstar Money news. So I want to give a big shout out to Bob Sales. This time next year, longtime supporter of the channel. He just wanted to screenshot and show the Twitter space that he is currently over 1 year of a membership. So we got a few 1-year memberships now. So thank you, Bob Sills, for your support. And yeah, 1 year. Wow. Like we've been doing this now for, I think, 1.5 years. We started in January of 2022 and we're now in July of 2023. How long did you do your stuff for?
Well, I'm coming up on a year. In August, it's going to be a year. So I'm just rolling up on that year. I've been in a lot longer, but I haven't really, before that I was just listening and watching and, getting all the good YouTubers and, all the great people that host spaces. And then I dove in last August was when we started. So,
and the time just flies. Like you don't even realize it. You just come in, week out. Next thing you look back like, wow, I did a lot of spaces.
And then start listing the people that you've actually had on. And wow, I mean, I just started going through and I'm like, oh my goodness, and you just realize how much you really have done in a year. So I'm sure you're the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, feels the exact same way. You cover a lot of ground. I also want to give a shout out to our friends, Comics and Cryptos podcast. They actually did an interview with Darren Watts, who's like a hardcore comic book collector, right in their alley. So he says you're owner of 300,000. It's already done. I think they did like a live stream or something like that. But if you have it, you can always go on their channel and check it out. We gave them a big retweet because we want to support them as much as possible. I don't know. Did you have a chance to see it? Did you catch
No,
it?
that's a great story. It's actually a son, the son of a really big collector. It's a little bit of a sad story. It kind of collecting broke up his marriage. They really didn't know what the guy was doing. They just thought he was a hoarder, and then it actually ruined his marriage. And then whenever he died, they actually looked into everything that he had, and he just had a Superman 7.0. He had just so many amazing things that he had never really shared with his family, that they really didn't know his passion. They just knew, that he was collecting all this. So Comics and Crypto, they were fortunate enough to get his son to come on and talk about now, what his dad left him with. So it's a really, it's a bit of a tearjerker of a story, but it's an amazing story. So
Yeah, I guess the man followed his passion, and I guess it really paid off afterwards. 2.6 million, 2.6 million value. So, I mean, that's the thing with collecting. That's the hope, is that maybe you start off collecting because you love it, and then one day it turns into something that actually may be very valuable. And it can really change the life, I guess, of his estate at this point. Like his family, his kids really changed their life now with that. We also, I don't know if you know, So Rare. This is another project that we track, that we're a part of. It's a fantasy sports. You play any fantasy sports? Are you into any fantasy
football,
sports leagues?
fantasy
You're
football,
into,
yeah.
yeah, very cool. So we're doing So Rare MLB, which is it's an NFT project, but it's actually legitimately connected to the Players Association of the MLB. Really, really good showing. I think out of like 15,000 people, we came 307. So we did really good this week. Wow. And the way it works is like there's free like commons, which they say, but you can actually buy NFTs, which are cards, and those cards help get you points every week. So depending on the rarity of your NFT, like imagine like Vivi, if you had a secret rare card, it would get you like 70% bonus points. If you had, let's say, an uncommon, it gets you 5%. So it's like a utility in that sense, in that kind of world. So we did really good this week. I just tweeted out there. We have a couple Superstar fam in our Discord that are into So Rare. So I just wanted to share our successes on that one.
Cool.
So we talked about this a little bit before. Superstar Sunday Bucket's another big supporter of the channel. He just wanted to let everybody know that he just processed his first payout from Vivi with the new system. He said it was a smooth process, easy to follow for a non-tech guy like myself. I will update this when funds are received and retweet to show the Vivi fan that payout should roll out to everyone soon. What do you think about this?
I think it's great. I had no doubt that it was coming. I knew that they were working on a backup prior to this most recent wire, going down. So I knew that they were already working on it. And I have a friend who cashed out a couple of days ago. So she was able to get her money free and clear. So yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, that's great. And another thing is that, like, I feel like there are people who are definitely in the boat that they're going to cash out. I'm actually not one of them. A lot of the stuff that I own, I have absolutely no intention of selling or cashing out anyways. So this doesn't really impact me directly that cash out is here. Probably, I feel like we're going to see some effects on the market, because now that people can actually cash out, it used to be kind of like a closed economy where, you couldn't take your money out. Maybe people got bored. They were sitting on some gens. They started buying some stuff. But maybe now that they can take their cash out, they're going to remove some liquidity from the market. So I don't know if you're in the same boat. Are you plan on using the cash, or are you going to just hold what you have?
No, I've never used cash out once in almost 2 years. So why start now? But I will tell you what, it's a nice security blanket. So I think that makes a lot of people feel good. I don't plan on using it, but if I had to, I know I could, which makes me feel which makes us, I think, all feel a little bit better. So, just the fact that I know it's there in case I need it. I know the limit is, you have to have $500 in there, but you can cash out as little as 100 if you need it. I think it's just a nice security. And I also think it's nice for people if they see something that they're speculating on and, might not necessarily have that money for a couple, for the long term, but maybe if they want to do something with it or turn it around in a month or two, they might be more likely to put it in knowing they can get it out. So that might be better for the market overall as well.
I think it can't be understated how big of a deal it is to have cash out, not because of the users that are here. I feel like it's a serious barrier to entry of new users. So I feel like when new users come into one of these projects, I remember back when I first started and with my friends, and we would tell people about Vivi, one of the first questions they always asked was, can I cash out? Can I get my money out? And the answer usually was, no, you can't. And then they're just kind of like, not for me, right? So I think that the bigger deal here is not that us old crusty users that have been using Vivi for 2 years, trading our stuff, can sell it, although many people will. I feel like it's that new wave of users when they see a project that is legitimized because you can actually take your money out when you want. I feel like that's going to help their growth on that next bull run. So that's my 2 cents on that.
It's comfort. It's absolutely a comfort to have.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I want to give another big shout out now to the Cryptoids project because they just rolled out today a brand new utility. These guys, they do this. The team tends to do this sometimes. Very interesting utility. So what they're saying is that between the 23rd, between now and the 23rd, if you mint one of their Cryptoids UFO cubes, you will actually be entered to win a few prizes. One of them is a physical skateboard that looks exactly like this. It's a 1 of 1. So if you use we encourage all the superstars to use our link because you can stack on utility, get some stars for the raffle. So use our affiliate link if you're going to do it. So you get an extra raffle. But if anybody who purchases any UFO cube between now and the 23rd gets a chance, either a 1 of 1 physical skateboard with the UFO on it. There's up to 5 packs of UFO cubes. And a physical Cryptoid lunchbox with surprises inside. I thought it was pretty interesting because you hear about projects and utility and fidgetals. I just thought this was like a very interesting way for the project to bring utility to minting. What do you think about this?
I like any kind of utility a project can offer. I think it's nice when you could do whether it's a fidgetal or an in-person event or a wait list. Anything that really gets consumers excited, I think is a good thing. I'm actually going to have Steph. I don't know if you're familiar with Stephanie.
Very.
Yeah. Yes, she's going to be on the Queen's Court here in 3 weeks. So I'll get to know her a little bit more and talk with her about it as well. So yeah, good to hear that they're trying to bring utility in other ways.
Yeah, Steph she's great, by the way. She was like the first employee of that company when they started.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we work with her all the time, so she's great. Yeah, you should definitely maybe probe a little bit, see what kind of information you can get out of her and learn more about that project. But yeah, I agree with you. Any kind of utility is always a good thing, right?
Sure.
Speaking of some utility, Vivi's also running a sweepstakes. They're gonna have you can actually win a rare, ultra rare, or secret rare Stanley digital collectible, and all you got to do is retweet this, tag a friend that you want to introduce to Vivi, and follow Vivi official. So it's a very easy sweepstakes, and maybe you'll get yourself a free Stanley, right?
Right. I'm glad to see that they're doing some contests outside of Discord too. Because I know not everybody dips their toe into the Discord waters. Yeah. So it is nice to see them opening it beyond Discord, which is where they had been doing most of their sweepstakes, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty involved on Discord, but the Vivi Discord is it's almost like so big. It's like a big machine that I get lost in it, right?
Me too.
Yeah. I just get lost in it. So I just never really used Vivi's Discord. I love the Twitter. Of course, you have the platform itself, and we're on the YouTube format here. But the Discord, I know, was like their official way of communications. But yeah, I agree with you. Twitter, I feel like has a broader reach, right, than the Discord. Okay, so quickly, just Vivi's news. Big news today. Okay, so they released the mint numbers now for Comic Con exclusives. So the first one here is the Avengers. It's the 60th happy birthday that it shows on the painting or the poster. It's a secret rare, so there's 1,160 editions for a listed price of 30 gems. We also got Adam Warlock. This is an ultra rare. It's a listed price of 13 gems. 1,600 editions that's actually not bad because it's such a cheap 13 gem entry point. It's actually, for the number of editions, I actually think that's actually not a bad job to go for. So that's that. We got some more X-Men comics here. Common to the secret rare. It's a listed price of 10,000 mint edition size. And then we got the Spider-Ham. You know anything about this guy, Spider-Ham?
This one, no, I don't. I don't know anything about him.
I mean, he's full-blown pork here. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
A little bit too close.
He looks Marvel-like. Mighty Marvel-like.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. He definitely looks Mighty Marvel-like. So he's a $40 listed price. So he's definitely not being priced like a Mighty Marvel, but 1,800 editions. So it says here that Peter Porker was born Spider-Man simply named Peter. He resided in the basement of scientists May Porker, who invented the world's first atomic-powered hairdryer, hoping it would revolutionize hair care. I don't really know like the storyline behind this guy, but probably some multiverse stuff. There's a pig of us somewhere out there, right?
I know nothing of the Peter Porker. I really don't. I know nothing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, if you're going for the drops, this is the big ticket item here. We got Spider-Man. Look at the quality of this collectible. The shine in the armor for me was super impressive. Before I go to the mint numbers, like, what do you think about the quality of this one?
This one looks really nice. And I feel like they continue to step up the quality. I don't know if that's just with time, with getting, more familiar with their artist, with, whoever's doing the artwork, but I feel like they're continuously stepping up the quality. I'm seeing more collectibles that I like or feel are really well done than not of recent. I don't know if you feel the same, but they seem to really be doing a lot of, they just seem of a much better quality recently.
I would tend to agree with that. I think I remember them saying that by the time a collectible gets released, it was almost a year ahead. So but it gets released right now. They started working on it a year ago. So maybe they made some changes. I know they outsource a lot of their stuff. So maybe they found another provider to create these things at a level of quality that is better than it was before. They definitely made no mistake on this one. I tried pulling up the animation, but it doesn't want to load on me right now. So unfortunately, I can't get that. But it is a very cool animation, right? He actually flies and lands. It has sound as well. So this one's a listed price of 60. I think no surprise there. They typically like to go with a listed 60 price. But it's a lot of editions. It's 3,555 editions. So this is dropping July 23rd. I'm not going to do a price prediction video on this today. But since I have you, and I'm not going to have you then, do you have any kind of, guesses on where you think this one's going to land in the aftermarket?
I think this one's originally probably, if I was just guessing, not financial advice, I could probably see this one somewhere in the 170, 180, and then maybe tracing back a little bit from there, 140. Like the lowest 150. And that's just right off the top of my head. We're so fickle now with editions. I know that you said that's, a lot of editions, but to us now, if it's not 200 editions or 300 editions, it's a lot. We're getting really, really picky with our edition numbers being super scarce. So that's why I'm just saying off the get-go, maybe 180. Somewhere there, but I don't know. Like I think of Thanos. I think of the gauntlet. I'm surprised like where that is. That's a beautiful collectible, and that's at 125. So that's kind of what I'm basing it on. When you think there were about 2,500 of those, and just how nice that piece was. But once again, not financial advice. That's just like off the top of my head where I think that might go.
Yeah, and never is financial advice. It's always fun to guess, though. And obviously, if you guys want. You can let us know in the comments below if you agree with that. And it's always a balancing act with Vivi because there's like mint numbers for the now, and then there's mint numbers for the future. They're always trying to protect for the fact that in the future there's going to be more demand. At 60 times 3,555 is a $213,000 market cap. It's not completely unreasonable for them to draw in that kind of cash on a drop in today's market. So I think it is very possible that this could potentially sell out, but I need to check comparables. Like you mentioned, Infinity Gauntlet, I got to go look at some comparables just to see if they were able to achieve that level of market cap as well. Right. But we'll save that for another video. I'll save my guess for that video on the 22nd when people are going to actually be really focused on this. But we will talk about, because this is the big one tomorrow, right? Yeah. We got Stan Lee. All right. People are calling this the Grail. They're saying that this is a Grail. Was it Chibi? Is it Chibi?
Chibi. Yeah, that's yes.
Chibi. So yeah.
That's his company, his estate's company, right? Not necessarily Marvel.
Okay, I'm gonna bring that up later when we get to the fees. Yeah, Stan Lee Universe, right? The license is Stan Lee Universe.
Right.
They call it the Chibi style. It's like some Japanese, I think, like art. I don't really know, but to me, this is like a Marvel Mighty. I'm assuming that this is the collect. Like, I don't know, is this a poster or is it the collectible? I'm assuming it's the collectible.
No, I'm assuming they're collectibles.
Yeah,
that's how I read it, as a collectible.
Yeah, because they have like the kind of cool, like almost comic booky feel in the background. So I don't know if that comes with the collectible or they just made them custom for this. But yeah, it's probably just the collectible. So we got the amazing Stan Lee here. Listed price of 15. This is the uncommon 2,922. We got the King of Cameos. This is a rare, listed price of 15. We got 2,400. This one here is Excelsior, if I said that correctly. Listed price of 15, 1,922. Enough said. This is the last one here. Listed price of 15. It's a secret rare, 1,050. I got a lot of requests. I don't usually do price prediction videos when I have a guest, but I got a lot of requests about price predictions for this Stan Lee. So we're gonna whip out the spreadsheet. Okay, we're whipping out the spreadsheet. Let's not get lost in the spreadsheet. This was a hard one for me because the way we do this usually is we look at the market. We try to find comparable collectibles. We see what they're trading at. We see how many are sold. And then we get a market cap. And then we just relate the market cap to this other drop mint numbers. And we just do some simple math. And that's how we get our price prediction. This was tricky because, I don't know, off the top of your head, what would you think a Stan Lee would be compared to? I'm just curious.
I can't even go there. I mean, to look at them, you would think Mighty Marvels, but they're so different from Mighty Marvels. Wow. I don't even know what you picked to even compare this thing to. I'm curious. I'm curious what you did use.
Yeah.
I mean, just the look of them, they have that Mighty Marvel look and that, that feel, but they're a little bit, they're so much more special in the fact that, they're Stan Lee. So I don't know if you could really put those in the same league as I think they're a notch above Mighty Marvels. So I don't know. What did you compare them to? I'm curious. Maybe some artwork of some sort.
Yeah, like it was a tough one. So I agree with you. Like I felt like it was too much like a Marvel Mighty to not compare it to a Marvel Mighty. So I got a recent Marvel Mighty drop. I got Quill, Groot, Cosmo, Nebula, and Rocket. What you found is that you have some higher mint ones like Quill and Groot, 4,200 mints, 3,300 mints. They're trading only at $10, $5.50. You got a market cap of 42,000 for Quill, who's a much more popular character. Then you got Groot with a measly like 20,000 market cap. Cosmo's much more scarce. I also got some scarce ones. So Cosmo 850 mints. Then I had Rocket 814 mints. Those are trading at 85 and 159. So with that scarcity, you do see an increase in the market cap. So Cosmo's around 70,000 market cap, Rocket's around 130. So the point here is that these Marvel Mighties were a recent drop. It shows us the low bar, because Stan Lee, we know, is a step above any of these characters. He's going to bring in way more of a crowd than any of these characters. So I needed this to kind of get an idea of like, I can't really go lower than these kind of market caps for what I'm guessing for. Then on the other end of the spectrum, because I didn't really have a good Marvel Mighty to compare it to, I figured I would compare it to something that had some utility. I had actually a guy in the Discord, I wish I could remember which superstore it was, who recommended the Vivi logos. I think it was NTTX, Superstar NTTX, and I agree with him because the Vivi logos kind of have a baked-in speculation for utility. So it inflates the market caps. It kind of gives us idea of a market cap with utility. Maybe we can translate that to like a Stan Lee Marvel Mighty and how much better it would be in comparison to like a normal collectible. So those Vivi logos, you got 155 for 111 of them. For the blue, for the orange, 888 got 100. And the Vivi logo red, you got 268 gems for 777. So you're getting market caps here, 172,000, 200,000 on the highest end, and 80,000. So working backwards, okay, I think that I'll start with the secret rare. All right, if you get the secret rare, lucky you. I'm predicting a 220 price because that puts it at a market cap just a little bit over the Vivi logo red. So I'm using that as my benchmark. What do you think? If you had to give a guess on the secret rare stand, what would you guess?
Now, I'm curious. Your guesses are you talking, that day? Are those limited to the day after? Like how far out are you talking? Like right after drop? Is that kind of where you put your guess at, or
like a day after, 2
like
days
a day
after?
after?
Yeah.
I think given Stan Lee being Stan Lee and how crazy people are about him and everything he's been in and his comics, I see it being a little bit higher than that. Even though the numbers are higher, I could see that being almost at around, I just see that one being very special and prized. I could see that one being around more closer to the 275 mark.
All right, 275 it is. And if anybody's watching, we're putting our necks on the line. We're sticking our necks out there. You guys can let us know in the comments below what your price predictions are as well. So anything you want to add to the secret rare? Did I cut you off there? Do you have anything else to add?
No, I like I said, I just think this one's so special and he's so beloved that people are going to really want to hold this one, hold on very tight to it and not part with it very easily.
Yeah.
That's just, I think there's a lot of emotion and there's going to be a lot of sentimentality in this drop. How about that?
Well, yeah, like 1,000 mints for something like this isn't a lot, right? For the secret rare of Stan Lee, 1,000 mints isn't a lot. I think if it was 500, that's when you get that like Luke Skywalker kind of thing where as more and more time goes on, I actually did a price prediction video on that. And back when I did, I predicted 2,500 gems and I got roasted so bad. I got roasted real bad. But as time went on, because I used Miles Morales as a comparable, it actually trended to where that market cap was. Because there's so few of them, they just get locked up. 1,000's double. I find with the 1,000 ones, it doesn't turn into like a Luke. But because this one's a bigger character, I think it's definitely going to have an effect and keep that price inflated as time goes on, right? Like it's not that scarce. It's not like super scarce, but it's scarce enough. This is the thing though. We always find, VVs, a lot of flippers, the uncommon, the rare, and the ultra rare. At that, I just feel like a lot of people are just going for the prize. I actually think the uncommon and the rare will go underlisted despite how popular the character is because people don't really care about them. They're going to go for the drop and they're going to keep going over and over and over again to try to get that secret rare stand. So I think they're going to just flood the market with all the uncommons and the rares. The ultra rare, I'm going to give it a little bit more credit at 1,922, around a 40,000 market cap, which is kind of like a quill. That gives me a $20 price. So that's overlisted. Okay. So I don't know if you want to give a quick prediction on those three, the uncommon, the rare, and the ultra rare. Where do you sit on that?
I think, first of all, I think they're going to sell out relatively quick. I assume you're thinking the same way. I don't think they're going to sit long. I think if anything, people are going to keep rolling the dice, like you said, hoping to hit that secret. I think the King of Cameo, though, a lot of people just like that one. And that's why I think that one might hold close to drop price or a little bit above, because I've heard a lot of people just say how much they like that. They like that collectible. That's my favorite. I mean, the king thing, but also the fact that he found a way to make it into all those movies. You know what I mean? I really like that one too. So I could see that one maybe staying just doing a little bit better just because of its popularity. So
The queen needs her king.
Huh?
I said the queen needs her king.
I do. I really like that one. I think a lot of people like that one though too. Just it's the most fun one, if you will, because that was really just a huge thing that made Stan. You know what I mean? Like that really kind of embodied him always showing up, and right out in plain sight. So I think that one's going to do pretty decent. I'm not saying real high, but I could see that one hanging around 2025. But I think definitely you're right. The uncommon I think is going to go below retail for sure.
And ultra?
The ultra rare, it'll probably hang somewhere around the same price. I'd say somewhere around 20 for a while. But I think over time, people's attentions spans really, really short. And I think they'll all probably, take a dip over the course of the next couple of weeks for a while until we get, reignited a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And then you also mentioned about selling out. So as part of this spreadsheet, which by the way, we offer the spreadsheet for free in the description below. So we have the Superstar Money probability sheet. If you guys want, you can open it up and you can play with it yourself. That one only has 3. VIPs have the one that have, I think, up to 5, which is the one I'm using right now. So using, I don't know if you, I'm a bit of a nerd. So I don't know if you know binomial probability, but using that, we can basically figure out the more times you go to it, even though the chances of getting each one don't change. If you roll a dice over and over and over again, and say you roll a dice 1,000,000 times, that there's a pretty much a 100% chance that you're going to roll 6 once, right? So
Right.
The more you go for these, depending on the price that we're predicting, we can get an idea if you will actually end up with more gems than you spent, or if you're going to end up with less. And based on my prediction, which I plugged in, what I'm finding is that the more you go for this, the more likely you will, based on my predictions, which is just pie in the sky, throwing a dart. So if I'm wrong on my predictions, this all falls apart. But it shows me that you will end up getting much higher chance of getting that secret rare, and therefore you probably will walk away with eventually, once you go for at least 3 of them, with more than a 50% chance of selling everything and getting more gems than you started. So for that reason, it gives me just a pretty good gauge that this will probably sell out. Based on our price predictions with our market cap. Now, obviously, if we're wrong and all the prices are half of what we said, changes the numbers, and then it doesn't sell out because it doesn't make sense. The more you go for it, the more you're probably going to lose. So I think it's going to
sell, right? I mean, they priced it right. It is priced to sell, and even I think to your point about if you keep going for it, your chances are better. It is priced to sell. It is so much different than a $60 collectible because I can have 4 shots at it. And $15, $15 is a we will buy and buy for $15, something that we think, we as the community. So I think the price point on that is just bang on for that thing to sell out and sell out quickly for people trying to get that secret rare. And then even if they're quote stuck with it, I don't think they're going to get stuck too much. I don't think they're going to be too in the bag for it. I mean, what's the worst case? $10, and if you don't want to hold on to it, you lose $5, but we gamble a lot around here. You know what I mean? So
totally
to me,
agree.
I think a lot of people will just look at this like a fun, just a fun opportunity with a really good price to have fun with it.
I completely agree with everything you said there. And one thing I'm going to mention as well, though, is that, like you're right on the money, no pun intended, that for some reason, things that are priced lower, they just tend to be like, they just tend to sell out so much better because it's just the barrier to entry is so easy. Like people just have like 20 gems sitting around and they just jump in there and like, okay, I'll go for this draw. And this spreadsheet completely neglects mint numbers. And I'll tell you a story. Like when the lightsabers dropped, I went for it like 5 times and I landed the number 54 Luke Skywalker lightsaber. So like, number 54s, people sometimes care about that. May the 4th and Luke Skywalker lightsaber. So I feel like when you even account for that, I just think people are going to go nuts for this. It's probably going to sell out. Again, not financial advice. This is just our guess. If you disagree, let us know in the comments below and put your neck on the line like we did. And maybe you can tell us why you disagree, or if you agree, let us know and you can say that you agree. And just before I move on this topic, we were saying about Stanley University.
Yeah.
I thought it was strange. Look at this, a secondary market fee. It's a standard 2.5% secondary market fee, which will be added to all Vivi brand sales in the secondary market. So am I understanding this right? Is it only a 2.5% fee and there's no 6 from Marvel?
Yeah, I thought the way that I was understanding it is it's the Vivi 2.5% fee, and then a 2.5% fee. So I was looking at it as 5% total.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Okay, so that's what it is. Yeah, I don't know. It just says here a standard 2.5% fee in the secondary market. So I just assumed there was just 2.5.
And that would just be the Vivi fee, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, like because Batman, some of the DC ones are just 2.5, I think, as well. Some of the OG ones.
That's correct, and they're not getting any recurring income off of any of those and any of those secondary sales. But perhaps they just purchased these outright, or purchased this license to and paid them outright, and they're just going to take their 2.5% without any going to the licensor. So
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
I think that's good for us.
Good for us, exactly. One last thing before you go, you mentioned that you were listening to Spaces with Alex, and he mentioned something interesting. Do you want to share with those who didn't see it what it is?
Yeah, he somebody had asked him if anything big's coming up in August, because past 2 August we've got AF-15 last August, and before that, of course, we got the Spider-Man drop. And he said something big was coming in August, but they had to push it out until September. So he said it was different, but he really thought that the community was going to really love it. So,
and what's your speculation on that? What do you think it is?
I still think sports are coming down the pike, or music. They keep talking about it like over and over in different ways. I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to be a different genre, or something new and different that we haven't tapped into yet.
Yeah, it's funny you brought that. I don't know if you remember at DCon, I actually asked David you a question on, I think it was the Sunday where they did a Q&A, and I asked them about the music, and he confirmed it. He said it's coming. I know that there's a jukebox that's coming. It'll be something that I think you purchase, and then I think that the music is connected with the Viviverse, like where I think I saw some videos like when you're in your home space, you have this jukebox, you can play music while you're in the Viviverse. I just have a feeling that the whole music aspect is connected to the Viviverse, and maybe that's why they've been so quiet about it, and we haven't heard about it, because the Viviverse is not actually out and rolled out, and that's something that we'll see after it rolls out. But sports, I mean, we have a sport stamp. So maybe we'll get more of that.
That's not really sports. Or Phygital. I had Ryan on the court last week, and Ryan's been talking a lot about Phygital, and I said, so you're saying Phygital #soon? He goes, no, soon. Phygitals.
Right.
So I don't know if they plan on. Are you going to Anaheim, or San Diego?
No. We're definitely not. Are you going?
No, we're not going to make it. I'm just curious. It sounds like they're getting close to rolling some Phygital thing out, but it really wouldn't make sense unless it was Marvel to be at one of the cons. It would have to be DCon, right? I mean, if it was going to be something, because whenever they're at Comic-Con or San Diego, they have to stay within the Marvel, the confines of Marvel. But when he said no soon, and I'm like, so what do you mean? What do you mean by that, Ryan? He's like, not soon. So I really think we're going to get something physical coming really soon, even though he said not soon. I think something Phygital is coming as well.
I tuned in for that one. I actually remember him saying that specifically. He was very direct that it wasn't a #soon. It was like an immediate, but but maybe immediate to me means tomorrow, but maybe to him it meant 2 weeks, or maybe he meant 2 months. I don't know what immediate is, right? So it could be September. To him is not a #soon, but it's around the corner. Phygital's definitely, I agree with you based on what he said. He actually is coming on the channel tomorrow, so I can maybe probe him a little bit more. But yeah, based on what he said, it's supposed to be really, really soon. So it'll be great to see, like you said, any utility that a project can bring is a good thing. You cannot go wrong. Actually, just recently did a whole video on that. Now, I just want to do one more thing. Any final thoughts before we close out? I really appreciate you, by the way, coming on the channel, filling in for Joe. It was really great having you on. I also had a great time when we joined you on your spaces. So thank you so much for doing this. I don't know if there's any final thoughts you want before we close out here.
No, I just want to tell everyone good luck with the Comic-Con drops. It looks like we have a few pretty nice ones. I'm going to be going for at least a couple of them myself. My husband has already told me that if he doesn't get the Iron Man, he's buying it. So, we're going to go for that. But, good luck, everyone. I hope everybody does well. And also, as far as cash out coming back, I think that's important. And just kind of want to remind everybody that we are still continuing, regardless of any kind of FUD cycle we might have gone through a few months ago or whatever. I think we're seeing them actually do what they're saying. They're doing what they said they were going to do. And there was going to be more action, less talk. And I feel like, once a week, I'm seeing an update. I'm seeing, someone's got cash out. I'm seeing, so I feel overall, I feel very positive. And I feel like the team is really doing what they said they were going to do without a lot of flair or, a lot of fanfare, but they're just getting it done. So that's all.
I think it's a great closeout. Actions speak louder than words. So because action speaks louder than words, if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the superstar family, hit the bell notification button so you get every single video every single day. We do not miss. So make sure you hit the bell. You don't know what we're going to hit you with. We hit you with Lori today. I don't know. I gave it away. We're going to hit you with Ryan tomorrow. So make sure you hit the bell so you make sure you see that one as well. Also, Superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Get the stars your name next to our spreadsheets giveaway. Every month, we're going to name a star in the universe, starnaming.com for the VIP members. But you also get stars with the Superstar Utility program in the description below. We got an affiliate link for Cryptoids. If you make any purchases through there and you let us know in our Discord under the Superstar Utility program chat, we will assign you stars for that month's raffle, and you get an opportunity to win a Superstar Money hat, Superstar Money shirt, or Cryptoids cubes. We're getting a great turnout. It's going to be a lot of people having a chance to win right now, especially because we have over 100 members of our VIP, so all those guys are going to be entered in immediately. You can also find in the description below any merch shop if you want to pick up one of these hats. We've had a pretty good turnout with those. You see some of those in the wild as well. So, guys, thank you all so much. We appreciate you. Thank you, Queen Vivi. Take care, and we'll see you next one. Bye-bye.
Thank you.